to please select 4 players from their respective teams to participate in this year's All-Star Game, which is the 7th annual. 2 of your selections must be female, and please select 1 to 3 female players for the Home Run Derby. You don't have to send 3. I mean, if you can't get 3 or people don't want to participate, you can send 1. It doesn't matter. But please, with the All-Star Game, just so both teams are even on each side, to send 4. We do ask that you're fair when selecting your players, or maybe have your players, vote amongst themselves to send the players. But remember to wear your softball jerseys to both the Home Run Derby and to the All-Star Games. So wear them loud, wear them proud, as this will end off the co-ed season officially. It's a great, great thing that we have between the PA announcers to the on-field activities to the camera crew recording everything. It's a lot of fun. So those who are new in the league, this will be brand new to you, totally, because there is no other league in Staten Island that does this. So remember to get that information to Stu or myself as soon as possible. We do want to give a shout out though to the Tucker brothers, the umpires, Brian and of course I'm gonna forget his brother's name. But you guys know who they are. The umpires that both look like their brothers. We want to give them a shout out though, because they go out every single morning. Okay, every single Saturday morning, and sometimes Friday nights. And they make sure that they take care of the fields. They rake over the fields, they get everything ready, stuff like that. We wouldn't be able to play sometimes without them taking care of the field. So, we want to give a shout out to the Tucker brothers. And Stu does it as well. I don't want to say, because he's the commissioner that, Stu goes out there too. Stu lives in New Jersey, if anybody doesn't know this, that he goes out there every Friday night, Saturday morning, and he makes sure that the fields are taken care of and they're manicured and they're dragged, and if there's any water, they take care of it. They throw the dirt on top, so hopefully by the morning it's absorbed. They do what the Parks Department don't do. The Parks Department doesn't take care of these fields like they should, and Stu does. So, and his crew does. So, when you're out there, somebody makes a bad call, you have the benefit of the doubt. They might be tired. They might have been shoveling and raking all morning long. So give them a break. Don't twist their left ones off. Give him a break. Stu, on the other hand, you can twist his all off. It's okay, and I know he's listening. So, okay, we're gonna take another commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll be joined by Mike Fiore, the manager of the team that's currently tied for first place in the East, the FiOrioles, and we'll find out where his mindset is this season with such a tight race in the division and having a big bullseye on his back for the last couple of years. Is he feeling the pressure? Is he sweating it out? Is his shoulders getting heavy? We're gonna find all of this out when we come back from our commercial break. So sit back, relax, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
You think you know me?
Hey guys, do you like pro wrestling? Of course you do. It's the greatest thing in the world. Hi, my name is Emil J. You may have seen me as the ring announcer for Combat Zone Wrestling, On Point Wrestling, Dojo Wars, and WSU, just to name a few. But now I'm proud to announce that the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore is the premier location for wrestling merchandise. Every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Englishtown, New Jersey at the Englishtown Flea Market, booth number 35 in the Green Building, the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore has it all. Everything from DVDs and figures from around the world to t-shirts and lucha masks in both kids and adult sizes, and much more, even tickets to upcoming events. Log on to facebook.com/FunkensteinINC for full details on everything they have to offer, including weekly specials and where they'll be vending at this weekend. So check out facebook.com/FunkensteinINC and take the short drive to Englishtown, New Jersey and visit my friends at the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore this weekend to start or add to your wrestling collection. And hey, tell them MLJ sent you. The Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, the main event of wrestling collectibles.
This is Tito Santana, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio. Arriba!
This is Lanny Poffo, formerly the genius full of glory and renown. You are listening to Damage 365 Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just having some technical difficulties. Trying to get Mike Fiore on the line. We're having a little issues with the Bluetooth speaker, but everything is working fine again. So we're going to try to get Mike Fiore back on the line. Mike, are you with us, Mike?
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on again.
Not a problem. We love having repeat guests from year to year that like to share some different aspects. You know, as veteran managers, you get to see a lot of change from one season to another.
Absolutely.
So, you know, as defending and reigning Alumni Co-Ed League champions, and a division that has 3 teams, well, really the entire division separated by 3 games, but 3 teams separated by 1 game. I would have to say this could be the tightest that a division's been for you guys in quite a bit.
Yeah, it has. You know, fortunately, we've been the weather's been, so everyone's been getting their game. But yeah, it's very tight, and you throw in the fact that now that there's a new B division, so you know it really you know I don't think there's been too many A division matchups head to head. So yeah, I mean everything's really bunched up right now, which is great.
I liked it. I liked the idea, but I pointed out a little bit earlier. I don't know if you were tuning in before you called. I felt there's going to be it might be a weird situation at the end of the season when a team from our division might go home with a winning record, and then they, you know, look across the board to the West Division, and, you know, at current pace, 3 out of the 4 teams might have losing records, but will be at the playoffs.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I mean, but I like the whole concept of the 2 divisions, but I think I think this year is kind of a trial and error. I mean, the one great thing about Stu's always very, very flexible.
Yeah.
And hey, I mean, I don't know too many commissioners that would even bother separating divisions.
Right.
So I mean, we can, you know, the first year it's we see what happens. You know, I'm sure there'll be some bumps and bruises along the way, but then you know what? Next year, state teams come back or more teams come to sort of kind of build upon what you did this year. So I mean, I think that's all you can ask for. But yeah, I agree. It would be a little upsetting to have one team that's you know has a winning record, and you know they're not playing in the playoffs.
I mean, yeah. I mean that, you know, we're only 4 weeks into the season. 3 for those who haven't had who've had a bye, and you know we could always, you know, pull that thing we always see on TV. If the playoffs started now,
right,
you would have the Griffs at 3-3 on the outside looking in, and you would have 2 teams in the West at 0-6, 0-8, making the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, and that's. I agree. I mean, it is. We've only played 4 weeks, so yeah, I guess the numbers are kind of skewed. And again, once the you know people start playing in the division, I think it'll be. I think the numbers will be a little more fair. You know, maybe again, hindsight's always 20/20. Maybe if the divisions played each other, you know, early in the year, and then sort of as the year went on, after they played everybody in their division, then they would go play the other division, just to sort of kind of balance it out and see what teams are the better ones and what teams are a little weaker. It's really going to give everybody a good idea of where everybody stands. But I think, you know, the schedule is the schedule, and you know, it is what it is. And I think that's why they're such a lopsided, because there's been so many A versus B matchups in the first few weeks.
I noticed that myself, and it's kind of a test now for the West Division, because they've taken their bumps and bruises against the East, you know, who have a combined 7 losses. You know, and there's you know a team that has more than that alone in the other division. So if these teams can rough it out, take their lumps against the East, and then put some wins together against their own division, yeah, you might see a couple teams coming out of that division with winning records.